We're gonna start rolling now.
We already rolling.
My bad. Look on your phone. But yeah, that's the story of me and bruh. So we're gonna go ahead and get formal now. How about that?
Okay.
This is another episode of the Six Figure Felon Podcast. This your boy Ed.
Lil Bird.
And we got, a guest here, man, my main man, Judd the Jeweler, man.
Yo, what's up, everybody? What's up? Thanks for having me, man.
No problem, man.
Really
so go ahead and let the people know who Judd the Jeweler is. And like we said before, we talked before the show, man, let us know, from the beginning.
Well, Judge the Jeweler, owner of Judge Jeweler. So I start by saying that I'm a business owner now. Start from the beginning, not the very beginning, but I grew up in Plant City. I was born in Jacksonville, Florida. Grew up in Plant City.
Itty bitty.
Single parent home, yes sir, itty bitty. Single parent home to my awesome mother, Sheila Judge.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? And I think she did a exceptional job raising me. You know what I'm saying? I was brought up on, morals, respect. So I think I done a pretty good job thus far. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with people and not being flawed. You know what I'm saying? I try to keep it 100 with everybody I come across. Everybody that sticks around or that I stick around with. Moms raised me to be a respectable man. Caused a little disappointment in 2010. I got arrested for drug trafficking. So before that, before I leading up to the drug trafficking, I was I always used to do a little hustling and stuff, from like 18. I think I was like 18 when I sold my first rock or whatnot, but I was kind of like a little petty hustler. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't nothing to raise no sand about, just to get me a little weed or something like that. Me and the fella smoked. We all did the same little stuff or whatnot. But yeah. So fast forward a little bit, through those. Well, I used to sell CDs too, so that's how a lot of people knew me. And we used to rap back in the day. We was in a rap group, and we all used to actually sell CDs. But I kind of stuck with the CD selling for a couple years.
That dude had his brother. Yeah, you was in that group?
Yeah. Fade Crusade.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I was in that, and then I ended up going solo for a minute. That's when I got the chain and whatnot. That's when I started doing my thing.
That's what I remember, man. I don't mean to interject, but I remember looking up, the big dog with the big chain. I'm a fan, bro, fan too.
Yes,
so
okay.
I see you with the big chain. I'm looking at you like, that's OG, right?
Yeah, man. That was one of my. I was happy about that accomplishment, man.
Around what year that was?
I want to say 2008 or early 9.
Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah.
2000. I think it was 2000. End of 08, beginning of 09. And so what made me get my hustling act together? I ain't trying to glorify it or nothing like that, but I'm just saying what caused me to be able to get on that level to buy that type of stuff, I end up getting my daughter's mom pregnant and find out I had a child on the way. So I'm like, man, and I was staying with my mama all the way up until I moved out at 24, came right back at 25. Moved out at 24, came right back at 25. So then I ended up getting my daughter's mom pregnant, find out had a shorty coming. So I'm like, boy, I gotta get it together. But it ain't really, that was like the only thing
Them kids do that, bro.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I could have chose a better way. I did try to get a job here and there, but I wasn't getting hired. So I'm like, man, look, I got to do something. My mom wasn't gonna let baby mama stay with us, and people wasn't gonna let me stay with them. So I'm like, man, I gotta
make it happen.
Yeah, I gotta make it happen, dog. So I start doing my thing, man. I got a little good at it, and once I did that, I was going for about 3-4 years, and then got
What happens? Yeah. What happens every time?
What happens every time? So somebody told on me. It was a dude I was dealing with. I was dealing with him for like 3 years or whatnot, and it was an older guy, and he ended up telling on me he got popped with cultivating marijuana or something. I don't even really want to go into that because that's such a situation. Because I thought somebody had said something that didn't actually say. I don't even know the part about somebody telling on me, like how that came up. But I know the only person that was in my paperwork was the dude. But it was said that somebody else set that up for him to do that. But
so a common thing where he get knocked off and just
and the other person get you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So anyway, so I got caught. I got sentenced to 8 years, 8.5 years, followed by 5 years probation. They tried to get me to tell. As you know, I ain't do none of that.
Question. That was your first offense?
Yeah, like major. I mean, I had a weed charge, like a misdemeanor weed charge.
That was your first felony?
Yeah, but that was my first
felony. Off the street for 8 years?
Yeah, 8.5, dog. But I did have a lot. I was
substantial.
Actually, like if I'd have went to trial, I was gonna automatically get 25 because I had 4 trafficking charges from the beginning. Wow. Then they went to the house and they found some pills. So gotcha. I had hydrocodone and 2 of the controlled substance, possession of controlled substance. But the hydrocodone what got me. So they gave me trafficking for that, and it was at the house, which was crazy.
They had you dead to the wrong though?
I mean,
I don't think
how did they justify going in your house?
Because once did they catch you on the street?
But he was on the street, right?
Yeah, when I went, I had sold to the guy 4 times. So I sold him 1 ounce the first time, 2 ounces the second time, 1 ounce the third time, and 5.5 the fourth time. That's when they arrested me at the 4th one. So those 2 times I sold him 1 ounce, they end up dropping those because those were 2 traffickings, but they were under 28 grams, so they dropped them to delivery of cocaine. So I ended up with 3 trafficking because they actually added a 5th. I said I had 4, but that pill charge, one of those bottles of pills was a trafficking in illegal drugs, which was the hydrocodone, which faced a 25-year minimum mandatory.
Damn! I'm sorry.
So by it being my first time, they said they was going to waive the 25-year minimum mandatory. But if I go to trial and lose, they're going to give me the 25 plus all the other stuff too. So, and I really did want to go to trial. You know what I'm saying? Because at the house, I felt like I could have got everything dropped from the crib. But the 4 sales that I sold to the dude, it probably wouldn't have been nothing I could do about that.
Okay, so let's move forward to your incarceration. Did you have support, family support, friends?
Man, minimum. My mom for sure. Mom, mom rolled it out the whole way, man. And my daughter's mom, she did pretty good for the first 5 years. You know, she was hanging in there. 5 years she hung in there strong. I don't know what she was doing, outside of.
She handled business. She stood on business.
Yeah, but she was there the first 5 years. So I give her credit for that because that kept my relationship with my daughter somewhat intact by being able to see her throughout those 5 years. Because I would see it, they come and they stay the whole weekend, so I see them at least twice a month for those 5 years. So she came like at least once a month the whole 5 years. So that was helped me get through my time a little bit. And like I say, that did keep my relationship with my daughter pretty strong. So mom, for sure. Baby mom for like 5 years. And then she ended up, I thought the plan was to get out and be with her, but it didn't work out that way. So she ended up, like when I went to Polk, I felt like when I went to Polk, I transferred to Polk, like everything went downhill for me when I went to Polk. If I wanted to stay at Harder, but when I went to Polk, man, everything went to shit for you know what I'm saying? Like everything fell. I'm closer.
You would think it'd be better because you're closer
right.
to home.
Right. But it went to complete crap. So, you know, she ended up coming one day and telling me that she was pregnant. You know what I'm saying? And when I left, I was like, look, man, because I 8 years, I don't expect you to, you know.
Exactly.
I'm like, I'm not giving you permission to cheat, but if you do, don't do it with none of my homeboys and don't get pregnant.
Exactly.
But she did the latter and got pregnant. It wasn't from one of my homeboys or nothing, but, you know, so, but, yeah, so when that happened, I was sick. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna need to sit here and hold y'all. You know what I'm saying? I was sick.
So many boys be arguing, and that's one of the main reasons why people be getting in fights over that phone. What? They trying to call home.
The whole little relationship. What you doing? What you doing? What you got going?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, boy.
When during your incarceration, right? You say when you went to poke, it seemed like it went to shit. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. When was that moment? Like you said, like you see how you say that moment when you got to, you knew you had to get to the bag because your daughter. Mm-hmm. When was that moment you was like either laying in that cell or walking on that yard and it hit you like, bro, when I go home, I gotta do something right. This ain't it.
Yeah.
Like, can you recall a moment like that moment?
Yeah, I want to say about my 4th year in. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think if I would have got less time, I would have got back out and started doing the same thing. Right. But the moment for me was just, you know, the first 3 years for me was like super hard, dog, because I was like, I really was kind of like shocked. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm here, like I'm off the street, like I can't control nothing beyond this gate. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I can't control nothing beyond this gate, man, and it was like hurtful. So I was like, man, you know what? I can't get back out there and risk being back in this same situation, you know. And so before I actually went to kind of retract a little bit and go backwards, I always about the business. I always wanted to be a jeweler. So I was actually trying to go to this school. When I was hustling, I was trying to save up to go to this school. It was $50,000 to go to become a master jeweler. So I already had this in motion before I even got in trouble. It's just I had came to a point because I was like just spending too much money at one point. I'm going to the strip club like 6 nights a week. You know what I'm saying?
Ass money to do that,
like
man.
6 nights a week, bro. We had it so bad we were going in the daytime. You know what I'm saying? That's what I tell you. So I had told my partner, like, look, man, bro, I gotta chill, you know what I'm saying? I'm spending too much money. I'm trying to kind of get where you at, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna fall back a little bit with the partying and stuff. So cause I'm trying to go to school, so I'm gonna start saving this money, and I'll be damn about 2 months later. That's when I actually got caught.
Gotcha.
But
prison story. What's the craziest thing you've seen?
Man, I don't even know where to start with that, man.
Trust
me.
Yeah.
I don't. I mean, I would say the first one, I'm just use that one. That was like, I was 2 weeks in, I think.
2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
Reception center, or you got your main camp?
No, that was when I got to my main camp. So I had went to Taylor. And Taylor but that was like gangland. But I'm talking about that junk was so crazy, bro. But yeah, we went to when we came in the intake or whatnot, they said some of us was gonna have to go to the overflow dorm for the lifers or whatnot. So they was in an open bay because the 2-man cells were full. So they had an open bay for lifers or people with a bunch of time or whatnot. So they say we wasn't gonna be in that long though, you know. So we in there and I don't know nobody, of course. And I started talking to these one dude named Big Al from Orlando. That's my partner. I need to find Al, man. But Al, a dude named Smooth from Jackson, from A-Lot from I think West Palm or whatnot. So we sitting there, you know what I'm saying, and it was some dude. I'm green to the chain gang, so I don't know nothing about nothing. But now that in perspective, from fast forward and me knowing what's going on in the chain gang, but what happened was he was in the back stall, and when you put your stuff up on the thing, you back there got the flick book,
Exactly,
exactly, with the flick book. So the story was a Chico that went back there and told the dude, like, you want me to finish that for you?
What?
That was the story afterwards. You know what I'm saying? We find this out after everything happened. Excuse me. So so he come from back there. So the dude, like, man, tighten up. Said, go get back in the corner. So the dude got the lock. The dude that was in the back, he had the lock on the belt. Yeah. So they bumping. He swung. Boy, Chico here talking about split his head. Chico ended up grabbing him. He headbutted him like 2 or 3 times, and now it's just blood everywhere. So it's blood everywhere, bro. So they tell him to break it up or whatnot. So they go, Chico come from the back with something like this, about this long. I'm like, what the fuck? Chico had a sword like this long. I'm like, man, what y'all got me in, man? I'm talking about. So he like, man, I'm going to kill you. He like, if you go to sleep, don't even go to sleep because I'm going to kill you. And he slept like 2 bunks down from me. That was it. So everybody was up all night.
What? I can imagine, bro.
Everybody was up all night. But Chico like, I got 75 years. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, I'm going to kill you if you go to sleep. So it was a dude, I can't remember but his name, but I think he was from St. Pete, where he hadn't been down for about 15, 20 years or something like that. And he came and told the dude, like, I think his name was Mike. He like, Mike, man, you might as well go on and check in, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Back it up.
I know we know you ain't soft, bro, but them Chico was in the back, huddled up. So it's like 10 of them, you know what I'm saying? He like, man, it's just you, bro. You can't beat all of them, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So we know you ain't soft, dog. You got to just go on. Your life ain't worth it, you know what I'm saying? So about 2, 3 in the morning, he ended up checking in.
Probably saved his life.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably. So he ended up checking in. Everybody, the squad came in, the captain and all that, looking at everybody's hands and stuff like that. Surprisingly, Chico didn't even get caught because he got split back here. So when they walking around,
they ain't checked that.
Exactly. They just looking at hands.
Yeah.
Like,
so he got off, and dude went in. That was about one of the craziest, but. Yeah, when I seen that knife, that's what really made. Cause I'm like I said, I'm just getting there. I'm like, but it's what I gotta deal with.
Exactly.
Man, I'm like, boy, this shit crazy, boy. But yeah, that was like one of the wildest ones. So
okay, so let's go. Let's move a little forward to like, you getting ready, preparing yourself to come home. Like preparation, did you do a lot of reading, meditating, praying? Like what was your source of strength, or that motivated you to get through the prison sentence and prepare yourself for reentry into society?
Yeah, well, I always been a man of faith. I would like to say. I mean, I'm not a everyday. I ain't gonna say everyday Christian. It's a word I'm looking for, but
devout.
Yeah, devout Christian. Yeah, like that. But I think my morals and respect carried me a long way in that field. But I do pray a lot though. So prayer definitely. Making it back home to my daughter and my mom. My wife actually helped me get through as well. And just looking forward to starting over, a new beginning. And that was, like I say, my mom for sure, and my daughter were the main two. And then I end up, like I say, my wife now.
So you met your wife in prison?
Nah, actually I didn't. That was that's a crazy story, though. I actually met her in 2000. And we were together for a while. Like I say, this was before I started doing my thing in the streets. or whatnot. So at that time, I was still homebody, mama's boy, or whatnot. We knew each other for a while. She was in college back then, going to get her master's or bachelor's, or whichever one come first. I don't know which one come first, but she got both of them.
So did you reach out to her? You write her? How did she reach out to you?
Actually, over my whole bid, we stayed in contact, but just on some friendship. No, I wasn't trying to shoot no shot. She wasn't shooting no shot. Of course, she was with somebody, and I was with my daughter's mom at the time. But we wrote maybe once every other month or something like that.
Gotcha.
So we stayed in contact like that. But then when the thing happened with my daughter's mom about the pregnancy and everything, I say probably about 2 or 3 months after that, I had reached that. I think she had then called my mom or something like that, just to call, because her and my mom always stayed in contact over from 2000, even when I wasn't even talking to her. You know what I'm saying? So her and my mom always stayed in contact. So we got back in contact like that, just on some friendship. And, I was just telling her what happened or whatnot with baby mama. And, one thing led to another. I think I had probably about 1.5 years left when I started talking.
Got serious?
Yeah. No. We weren't serious yet, but we started back like on a regular basis, like my last 1.5 years, because that was when my baby mama told me about her being pregnant. So about 3 months after that, that's when me and my wife started.
So any literature, like anything you read up there, like
one of my favorite books. I hope I remember the title of it, but it was a chicken. It's called Success Principles. It's Chicken Soup for the Soul or something like that by Jack Canfield or Cranfield. I'm not sure. It's one of those two. But that was like the best book I ever read. and it's actually what made me start taking notes, creating a 5-year plan. I'm actually on the last year of my 5-year plan. This is my 5th year being out.
Yes, sir.
April 19th made 5 years.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you. So, and I ain't look back, man. That book, I actually took the book. It was a book from, I got it from Polk Work Camp.
Right.
Hope they don't come sue me for that later on. But yeah, I took that book out of the library, man, and I was reading it and underlining it, and it's valuable, man. It really changed. That going back to earlier, that's what really changed my mindset. Like I know I can do the business thing or whatnot. So when I read that book, I got so much markings and highlighted areas and everything like that. So that book was really like the main thing. I read a lot, but like urban books, I got to a point where I got tired of reading.
I could never get into them, bro. It's like you read one, you read them all, bro.
Yeah,
like,
just keep repeating.
Right, they all the same thing.
But let me ask you, right? Was it ever a period of time where when you was incarcerated and like you got depressed or like went through it?
Man, yeah, the first 3 years, I told you. I want to say the whole time. Actually, the first 3 years were like super hard, man. It was hard being away from what I loved, I didn't have a huge family growing up. So to be away from the little bit of family that I did have, I got a sister, me and my sister, and my mom. My sister moved when she was like 16 or whatnot, up to Jacksonville, and she been there ever since. But like I always treated my friends like brothers.
Yeah.
So, cause I didn't have a brother or cousins either. I ain't be, everybody be like, man, get my cousin or call my cousin this and that. So I got cousins, but they was like, when I was 18, they were 6 years old type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. So let's get it to you coming home, right?
Mm-hmm.
The obstacles of coming home, re-entry part.
Yeah.
Like, walk us through that. Like, was it? I mean, you say you had a good woman on your side, so she was there for that support, and your mom. Like, but the ups and downs, the struggle, man.
How fast you spent that 100?
That 100 they give you.
I actually went to work release, so I ain't get the.
Okay.
Oh, so you came home with some change.
I went to
then.
work. It wasn't much. I think I had either $800 or $1,200. I think.
Something,
It was better than 100.
Exactly.
I think they even changed that to 50. I think.
Yeah,
Didn't
they
change
did.
it to
They
50?
did. They did.
Yeah, so I was able to go home with a little bit of money. I went to work release with like about 5 months left.
Gotcha.
So, and I was supposed to go earlier than that. I would have had like 8 months, maybe 7, I think. But some hurricane came, and then they had to transfer us from Polk back to Hardy for like a week or so. Then we came back, and then I had to wait like another month before they sent me. So I went to work release, so I was able to make a little bit of money. And, the support system. When I actually got home, I had a job in like 2 weeks. I had one of my high school friends, a white guy I went to school with. He was working at Mako in Plant City. It's no longer there, but he was at Mako.
Talking about the car painting company,
Yeah.
Mako? Okay.
Yeah, so he got me on up there, and I worked there for like almost 2 years. And that ended up going south, and then I bounced around a little bit. I'm still, like I said, I had that 5-year plan, so I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to get that in motion, figuring out the steps I need to take to get in the jewelry business to, like, make the business legit and EINs and all that stuff. I don't think I didn't start the business until 2021, and I got out in 18, so that was like 3 years, about 2.5 years, but it was still a struggle though. But it was hard to deal with working for like making $400 or $500 a week.
Right. I
You know what I'm saying? That jump was crazy. I'm like, man, $400-500, like I can make this, and I don't know why I was having that thought. You
know why though? No. I'm gonna tell you why. And I told you this before we had this conversation. One of the things the enemy do to keep you trapped, he always remind you what you was good at when you moving forward.
Yeah.
Like, so now you trying to go do this, and it's $400-500. The enemy telling you, boy, way back when you were making thousands a week.
Yeah.
That's kind of the enemy way of tricking people and keeping them, get them to go back.
Yeah, and a lot of people fall a victim to it. And I mean, I ain't gonna lie, like I did all that time, dog, and I was like, man, I say around year 4 or 5, I was like, man, I'm straight. And then I get out in this $400-500 a week, man. I'm like, dog, this shit here is.
You go to doing them numbers in your head.
Dog, this ain't it, dog. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna keep it real. I tried it.
No.
Yeah, I did, dog. And I'm disappointed in myself, but at the same time, I let it go because I was too nervous. You know what I'm saying?
By the grace of God, it ain't a result in nothing.
Exactly.
Thank you, Lord, for real. And I know my mama probably gonna see this and be blowed. My wife too. I end up telling my
allegedly.
wife. Yeah, allegedly.
That's the word they say on.
Yeah, that's what they say. Allegedly.
Yeah, okay.
So I ain't gonna even go into that. But I did it like, let's say 3-4 times, and I was like, my heart was like,
you got a conscience now.
yeah,
that
so
conscience.
I'm like, nah, this ain't it, dog. I told Buddy, like, I'm him. I'm good. You know what I'm saying?
I've
I'm
seen
straight.
this story before.
Yeah,
I know how this
bro.
ends.
And then and then I got people that I met up the road, and I see them boys like, doing good. But I also got people like y'all, you know what I'm saying, that's still basically on the same level as them. You know what I'm saying? Like, and
I ain't told this bird he got the chickens, man. Listen, this all the front.
It's so much legal. But it's so much legal money, dog. You don't have to do that, bro.
Exactly.
And it runs circles around the game. If you trying to do something with yourself, you know what I'm saying, business wise,
bro.
It's peaceful, bro.
Exactly.
Definitely.
Not only is it peaceful, but like you say, the numbers is better actually.
Yeah.
Right, you try to,
and he had to break that down to me.
I mean,
too.
you do the math on the numbers. Okay, you gonna have to flip a bird.
Yeah.
And now I tell you, if you flipping a bird, if you know anything about percentages, the percentages is you copping from a snitch or a fed to begin with.
Right.
So, and then once you run your numbers and your profits, and bro, I can make this legally.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. So like I said, I left that alone. I know, man. Once this business get going, me and my wife I wish she would have came, dog.
But it's definitely a 6-figure business.
Man, it's $1 billion business. I was going for $1 million there, but I told y'all I'm in school. I ain't even really shared that with nobody, but I've been in school for I graduate if everything go right. I graduate with my AA summer of 24.
Amen.
Got you. So they can come down to Florida, see Judd the jeweler, and don't got to worry about these high people. Who was that person that bought that $400,000 fake watch?
A bullshit?
That ain't a fake one?
Fake one.
Wow.
I heard something about
only
that.
because he posted it on the internet. The internet was like, bro, that watch fake.
Wow.
So he had to go.
I remember that. I don't remember who it was, but I can attest. I bought some jewelry from Judd. I bought my fiance a diamond pendant necklace for Valentine's Day.
Yeah, that's what it was.
And man, my fiance loved. You done seen it? The one she had on.
Gotcha.
My fiance loved that
Awesome,
necklace,
man.
bro.
Awesome.
Like great, and I just want to thank you, right?
Man, I thank you, man. You don't even have to thank me. Like I was telling you earlier, man. I appreciate everybody. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that done shop with Judge Jewelers, I appreciate y'all.
Judge
I really know how hard it is to, spend your hard-earned money with something that's not there, like the storefront thing that I was telling you about earlier.
Yeah.
So it take a lot of trust, and I appreciate you for that too, dog.
No
for
problem.
real.
Hey, put your handle, man. Let people know your Instagram handle, your Facebook handle, what your website, Judge the Jeweler.
The website is still under construction. It's judgejewelers.com, so you can go on there and still see it, but you can't really click on anything to search or whatnot. But we're trying to get that done within the next 2 months. Like after we get moved to Texas, we're gonna try to have everything up. But my personal Facebook page, which I can't get anybody to leave my personal Facebook page to go to the business page, but my personal Facebook page is Judge R. Omar, and my I say our, not so I said my first, so our, because it's me and my wife. Our business page is Judge Jewelers on Facebook, and our Instagram page is Judge Jewelers. And then my personal Instagram is Judge the Jeweler. So I post on all of them, but really more people see it from my personal pages because I started those first. So it's kind of hard to build that business page. So we're going to keep swinging at it till we knock it out the park. We ain't going to give up.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to keep swinging.
Definitely. Now, I don't want to bypass, unfortunately your wife couldn't be here today, but we ain't going to bypass the wife. So
for sure.
You were just saying that your wife is the rock.
Yeah, most definitely.
So definitely, you got to shout out the wife. Like, she's the rock.
The best thing I got, she is my rock.
But not only, can you describe, because we want to educate people on knowing what they need to do for people that's getting out. So can you explain how she was not only there for you, but mentality? What everything she did right that people may need to know dealing with their loved ones getting out of prison, and they've been away for a couple years now. What things that she did, everything that was right.
Man, man, she just amazing, man. She I want to say I guess she remind me of my mom for some reason, like the caring and the
exactly,
and the support. She support me through everything. The ups, the downs, the don't got it. You know what I'm saying? She just been great. Far as the coming home part, everybody made sure that they were there for me. Try to keep me in good spirits to not go back to doing what I was previously doing before I went to prison, and just the support and the encouragement. Like when I get down, and I may be depressed. You asked about the depressed thing earlier.
Yeah.
Man, I get down sometimes because it be so much stuff just like piled up. It's like one thing after another. This, that, this, that. This due, that's due. This coming up. This got to be done. That got to be done. And, you know, sometimes I sit back and I be about to break down, you know, and she like, you know, baby, it's going to be all right. And we going to get through it together. You know, if you ain't got it, I got it. And
Rock.
yeah, the rock.
Exactly.
She the real deal definition, though. Like I can talk to my lady about anything. Like anything.
Yeah.
Like how you know how the fellas kick it. I can talk to her just like that.
Yeah.
I never had that type of relationship with nobody. Like we can laugh. We laugh every day. We crack on each other. So I'm saying we do everything together. Go out, you know. So yeah, she definitely been support, and mom the same way. You know, though I got two strong women in my corner, man. Unfortunately, I wish my pops was here, man. We didn't have a relationship growing up, and I wish, you know, being the person that I am today, I wish I had my dad around. I know it was coming up, he wasn't there, but you know, he used to do my school clothes for me every year. But other than, you know, just being hands on, he wasn't there. But I wish that he was here today, you know, because I never really had like a male perspective of guidance. So everything that I got really came from my mom, and, you know, just being in the streets and being around people, you know, learning certain things. So I never really had the male figure in my life. So, you know, that's an important thing to have as well. I ain't never sat down with a therapist, or you know, to know if I'm missing something
And
out
that's
my
what,
life from that or not. But
and that's what we push into with the Six Figure Felon. Not only the podcast, we're working on a reentry program. We're working on quite a few things to help guys. You know Brush from the city. Tall Brush, he's a therapist.
Yeah.
Touchdown
Yeah.
therapy. We're supposed to be working with him,
Okay.
trying to get some things set up because we know the mental aspect of coming home, man, the ups and the downs, man. It's easy to fall back into
is.
what you used to do because the pressure, and we know that support is needed. So people that's coming home with no support, we want to try to build that platform and that community to help them.
Yeah, that's
You know what I'm
awesome.
saying? So, and we thank you for coming. And like I say,
appreciate y'all,
I've been
man.
watching you for a while, and I want to let you know I'm proud of you, bro.
Thank you, bro.
I've been watching you personally.
Same to both of y'all, man.
You see, when you posted, I came up and I'm like, hey, bro,
Yeah.
I'm coming to support.
Yeah,
Came
yeah,
up
for
and
sure.
and I thank you for coming, bro.
Yeah, for sure, man. I thank y'all for having me, man. It's been awesome. I want to tap back in with y'all, you
We
know,
definitely gonna do
and
Definitely.
let's say maybe a year or so.
Okay. I mean, you know, we travel, so
Okay.
you know,
Whoa.
we definitely.
Especially if you up in there and doing Dallas and your
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Now listen, now if you gonna do anything in Dallas, you know I got people in Dallas. I got the young cat Aaron up there. He shot a couple commercials for me.
Okay.
He shoot commercials. He do a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna use them for sure.
yeah, man,
When we
I
come,
definitely
actually,
tap.
when we get the storefront, let's do it in there.
I was just
Let's
about
do it
to
in
say
there.
it.
Let's
I was
do it
just
in
about
there.
to say it. Definitely.
Let's do it in there, man. When we get this storefront, man, I'm praying, man. Like I say, my 5-year plan was to have a store by 23. Most of my 5-year plan has come to fruition, but you know, some of it still need to be set forth, and I ain't beat myself up if I don't make the 23 deadline, cause you know, but 23 ain't over with yet, so
Exactly.
still got the second half left for the year. You know
Exactly.
what I'm saying? So we're gonna see how that go. Well, we in the third quarter right now.
Creeping up on the third quarter.
Okay, yeah, we creeping up on the third, so hopefully we'll have a W by the end of the fourth. You know what I'm saying?
When you're right, man. But look,
For
man,
sure,
it's
for
the
sure.
Six Figure Felon
Yes, sir,
podcast.
6 figures.
We got my main man, Judd the Jeweler in here. Y'all be on the lookout for him, man. And I'm gonna leave y'all with this, man. Remember this: find your purpose,
Yes, sir.
refine your purpose, and exploit your purpose for the betterment of your community.
That's
Six
right.
figures.
Yes, sir.